Alright, let's watch some episode 7 of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Oh, alright. No way. No. Holy sh. Oh. Am I still watching the same show? Well, we got a lot to talk about in this one. This episode was really good. I felt in the last episode they really didn't do too much other than introduce the adventurers to the village, Guildmaster, and bringing in Shizu along to the group. But this episode really heavily focused on Shizu, and I like that. I was really pleased by this episode. Everything about it was pretty hype. I really enjoyed it. And one thing that was really cool about it is I'm actually starting to notice and like the music of this series more. I've noticed it more in these past 2 episodes, so now I kind of want to go back and say, hey, how was the OST in That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime? That's a mouthful. The animation really was on point this episode. Especially when we saw Rimuru on back of Rangu and, you know, he's riding around trying to get around Ifrit. That whole sequence, I was like, yo, this is cool. And Ifrit summoning multiple copies of itself, casting fire, setting the city ablaze, or the village ablaze, and making everybody retreat. Like, that was actually really cool. This episode was really hype. I'm pleased by it. And this anime turned really dark really fast. I didn't expect that. It seemed very lighthearted, comedy. You know, I really wouldn't say it's dark per se. But the fact that Shizu, when she was controlled by the Demon Lord, which I'll speak on, she burned her friend, like, alive. That was crazy. That was actually crazy. But let's give a quick synopsis of everything that happened in this episode. This episode started out revealing that the person that actually summoned Shizu was the Demon Lord. This got revealed by another guy showing up, coming to attack him and wanted to take his name. And the Demon Lord simply dealt with him by controlling Shizu. Now my question to you, and I have a couple theories, is can the Demon Lord control Shizu because he put Ifrit inside of her? Or can he control Shizu because she's a summon of his? If you play video games like Final Fantasy, for example, or other games with summons, typically when you summon a summon into the world, that's something that you can control. Or if you want to just say summons in anime, like the Fate Zero or Fate series, when they have their summon into the world, they have a few commands to where they can control their summon, but their summon has free will. So what I wonder is, can he control her because she's his summon? Or can he control her because Ifrit's inside? I don't really know. Or maybe Ifrit's a summon and she's a summon, but she's from the real world and Ifrit's from the magic realm. Like, there's a lot of ways we can go this, but this fact will determine how this series goes on after this episode, because Shizu is obviously looking for him. But continuing the synopsis. So Shizu actually meets this girl in the forest. I assume they weren't acquainted like that, but they may have knew each other. And they picked up this little monster thing that was pretty cute. Gave him a name. And she was like, yeah, the other girl was like, yeah, I could probably convince the Demon Lord to let me keep her familiar. When they went to the Demon Lord, that thing was getting buck at the Demon Lord. And he was pissed. And I can't believe that the Demon Lord's like, oh, okay, well, just kill them. And he made Shizu do it. And that's why I believe Shizu wants to get vengeance on the Demon Lord. I actually got a couple theories, but that's definitely one of them. Because she was like, oh, what did I do? What happened? And you just burned your friend alive. Like, you literally just fired, they're dead. You know, they're gone. So what this did is this introduced the fact that she can not only be controlled, but that Ifrit plays a part in her rampages or rages. Like, I assume that she was directly controlled. She honestly may still be directly controlled. We don't know. I don't believe so, though. But that's why she was in such a rush to leave Rimuru's village, saying, you know, I have to go. She told the adventurer girl to say, hey, you know, I would love to hang out with you. It's been a good time, but I'm about to go on my last journey. She's like, my last? She's like, yeah, this is my last journey. I've been alive for decades. Like I said in my last video, that girl's way older than we think. She's been alive a long time. And she tries to leave. They give us a glimpse of the fact that she's about to go berserk. So she kind of begins to make her way. And lo and behold, Ifrit comes out. I did not expect Ifrit to come out. I thought this would be something that would be dealt with later. Like maybe in a few episodes down the line we end up fighting her. But no, Ifrit actually busts out of her body. Full blown, fire everywhere, destroying the village. And I'm like, oh crap, like, yo, that's crazy. So Ifrit's out, and obviously we got a battle. So Rimuru actually makes everybody evacuate. The thing that I didn't expect but I really like is the fact that the 3 adventurers, they actually stayed to fight. I didn't see that coming. I thought they'd run away too, and Rimuru would be like, protect yourselves. He did say that, but they actually stayed and fought and was like, yo, Shizu's one of us. She's with us. That was pretty cool, because I thought these guys were just comic relief, but yo, they actually played a pivotal part in how Ifrit got defeated, mainly the mage girl, but they stood out there. So that was pretty nice to see them step up to the plate. And by them being there, we found out that Shizu actually is Shizue Izawata, I probably pronounced that wrong, the hero from 50 years ago. Shizu Izawata, the hero that's known as the Conqueror of Flames from 50 years ago, right? So, something interesting. Veldora was sealed by this hero 300 years ago. Shizu's been alive for decades, and she's a hero known for 50 years ago. So, if we're looking at the timeline, there's no way that this Shizu is the same hero that sealed Veldora 300 years ago, right? So the question is, did Demon Lord have a different summon at that time and put Ifrit in a different person that looked like Shizu with the mask? Like, I'm still trying to figure out how this all kind of ties together, because I don't understand it. 300 years ago, who was the hero? Did they just were they just a female hero that had Ifrit summoned at fault? Did Shizu get summoned back then brought back in the future later on? Like, there's so many ways that can go. Was she summoned and desummoned? Is she someone that can be summoned multiple times? Like, I don't really know yet. I'm still kind of piecing the theories together on how that works. Let me know what your assumptions are. If you know because you read the light novel, do let me know. But if you like the theories and you want to theorize with me, please do in the comment section. But that's something I'm really wondering. But back to the adventurers. Since the adventurers in battle, Rimuru learned Icicle from the female mage and eventually beat all the minions. And then it was Rimuru versus Ifrit. Honestly, I saw this coming because I remember in episode 1, they said heat resistance activated. You know, like I remember he had ice, he had thunder, he had heat. So when they said Rimuru wasn't getting burned by the flame tornado, I wasn't surprised. I kind of expected that, a little predictable for me because I was paying attention to all of his abilities as he learned them, you know? And that was one of the first ones. It was cool how he beat him, but one thing I really love, which supports my theory from last episode, is that he used Predator on Ifrit to beat Ifrit, right? So technically, he used Predator not only on Ifrit, but he actually used Predator on Shizu, right? So I'm assuming in the next episode, he'll realize that he has an ability to make himself look human. Because I was like, there's gotta be a way for him to get that ability from Shizu. I feel like his human figure is based off of her. So even though Shizu was outside of the body after he absorbed Ifrit, that means he must have got some type of human trait or human ability from her. So that was basically the whole episode in a nutshell. To speak on some things I'm very curious about. One, can Rimuru turn into a human? I just said it. Can he turn into a human? What ability did he learn from actually absorbing Ifrit? Can he use Ifrit's power? Can he actually, like, you know what I mean? Like, summon Ifrit if he wants? We saw Veldora in this episode, meaning Veldora is still inside. And what's cool is Ifrit and Veldora are in the same place. This might mean that Veldora actually might have the barrier unbroken, and all Rimuru has to do is actually summon Veldora back into the world. So it's like, this is actually a hype episode because it gives me so many questions about the series, and I want to know where it goes from here. All right, so I'll talk a little bit briefly on how Shizu was a summon, right? So now that Shizu lost Ifrit, if Shizu is no longer controlled by Ifrit, does that mean that the Demon Lord can no longer control Shizu? Like, if so, then that means Shizu actually can invoke her revenge. Speaking of revenge, what do you think actually drives her revenge? If she's going for revenge. Shizu, since she called this her last journey, this means a couple things. She's expecting to die, right? That means she either believes she can't defeat the Demon Lord, for one. Two, she believes she can beat the Demon Lord, but by her killing the Demon Lord, she actually will die, because in video games, if you summon a summon and the summoner dies, so does the summon. So that might happen. Or three, maybe she just wants peace. She's been tormented by this Ifrit demon for decades, right? Ever since she was summoned. Maybe by killing him, she's like, I can desummon myself and just go. What do you think Shizu's motivations are? For me personally, I know she wants to kill him, but I think she'll vanish after defeating the summoner. So I really feel like episode 8 is going to be very, very interesting. I can't wait to see the direction they take it. And this episode, in a nutshell, was just amazing. We had great music, we had good fighting, the animation was on point, and it just gets me really excited to see where it was going. This episode was really good. You see, I got 1,000,010 questions over this review, and all in all, it was really, really, really well done. But let me know what you think. If you all have any interesting questions to bring up or interesting points in the comments, do let me know. I'm definitely listening, and yo, I can't wait for episode 8. But with that being said, that's another review and discussion. Y'all have a great one, and catch you next time, guys.
My intuition was not a lie, but now it's up to me. Obstinacy to follow, personal inclinations. It's not the right path.